So the goal with Kennebunkport was to provide a socioeconomic mix, to create and endeavor to maintain the culture of Kennebunkport. And what we found was that housing was so expensive that our middle class was not able to afford housing here anymore. The board came up with a housing study, which led to the housing committee, which was creating a housing trust. And that goal was to create more affordable housing for the mix of all those who live in Kennebunkport. I think the biggest challenge was certainly finding affordable land to develop in Kennebunkport. We have a lot of marsh and clay and ledge, but the town was able to donate 2 parcels to the Housing Trust to get them started.
Land continues to be a challenge. Kennebunkport has been very generous. Limited land, though, means being more creative about where we're thinking about what's possible. So looking for additional partnerships, not just relying on the town, but are we able to partner with state-owned land? Can we work with utilities that have land? And can we reimagine what developable land looks like? So if a building is on an 8-acre parcel of land and they're only using 2 to 3 acres of it, could we have the backland of that parcel to put some housing on? It really just requires being as creative as possible about where safe, efficient housing can go.
What we found was that perhaps our policies were ahead of our citizens. And so that's why the board decided to do a housing study to bring the data and the information forward. That was completed in 2018, and that was a very public process that came with a list of recommendations. And as part of that list, we ended up developing the Housing Trust. Success has been that we've not only created a housing trust that will create affordable housing forever after, but that we have 6 homes that were successful to completion and have families in them, and we're working on the 2nd neighborhood.
I think it's really important to understand who is in these homes, because that really is the marker of success. So within those homes, we have a couple that are small business people that own a small storefront in our downtown. We have a bartender that works locally, a delivery driver that's local. We have a public works worker and a coffee shop worker, a social worker, a fully disabled veteran, and a couple that includes a local cook and a administrative assistant. And 5 of those homes have children that are helping to create a culture of families in our community as well. The people that are there, I think, are one of the testimonies of the success in bringing in just normal people that make up a community and that are there to provide the services that we all rely on. I don't think it can be emphasized enough that without the political courage and the determination of the town manager and select board members at the time, this wouldn't have happened. It was a risk on their part, and they did a great job of bringing the community through conversations and having it be a public process, but they were willing to go put themselves forward to make sure that those conversations happened, and that is what has allowed this to work.